the Arizona Open Final. Joe Prince, who knows exactly what these Open Finals are all about. This is his 4th straight Open Final with Ultimate Pool USA, and he has an Englishman for company in Craig Waddingham, who is over here for the first time, one of the top Ultimate Pool professionals in English pool. And fair to say he's gone pretty well here on his first weekend playing with Ultimate Pool USA. Brilliant performance through to the final, and well, something's got to give here. Will Craig win his first title, or will it be Joe Prince having the breakthrough? There's one thing to make 4 straight finals, but to lose in 4 straight finals will hurt. And as good an achievement as it is, right now you've got to feel that Joe will really be fired up, and hopefully not too fired up, just relax and play his best stuff. But big final, this one for Joe to really, I mean, if he was to go on and win it, to what he's done over the course of the last 4 tournaments is staggering. Simon Webb and Stephen Wyatt with you on commentary for this one. And which way do you think that's going to go, Stephen? Do you think he's going to get more tense because it's, or, I don't know how many, because it's such an amazing achievement. It's hard to talk in these terms, but when you've lost 3 straight finals, it's just tough.
Yeah, well, it's a funny stat. There's only ever been 2 runner-ups.
Yeah.
In the history, we've had 5 events, and it's only ever been Tyler Steyer and Joe Prince, and Joe Prince is 4 of them.
Yeah.
He might, 3 of them.
Yeah, 3 might be 4. Yeah.
Potentially, but I talked to him before the match. I caught him just kind of sitting over there, and I asked him how he felt, and he looked at me and he said, "Honestly, I feel way more comfortable going into this than I have in the last 3." So I think that tells you a little something. And obviously the guy's got the talent. He can get there. We know that because he's gotten there multiple times. He just has to get over the finish line. And I don't think it's a mental block anymore. I think in every other final he's played, he's had tough opponents, and he has one here. And I think he knows what he needs to do to win. It's just a matter of execution.
Beautiful shot.
And that's the type of execution he needs to do every time.
Yeah, that should be a rack winner. Just got to be... Is he very thin on this, or is he just okay? Drop it in at pocket weight, should be fine.
I think he's just okay to drop it in. I mean, he's going to utilize the table to play it to the far side and just hold. Well, I said that. I think he has the edge, just barely.
It's easy to overhit this next shot as well.
I actually like trying to... I don't like dipping it in behind the 15. I like playing this a little forward and trying to get on the other side. Yeah, I don't like this shot.
He's fine. He's fine. He spun it into a nice line where he was going to be in the window for a long time. That was excellent from Joe.
Well, I feel like if he does get to that 6th game, I feel like he might win.
Yeah,
that's the stat line. If he gets to 6, he wins.
He might put a little fist bump up if he gets to 6, just to make note of it.
Yeah, a little symbolization there, saying, "Look, guys, I can get more than 5 in the finals."
Solid break then for Craig, his first visit to the table here in the final.
And this is my first opportunity to watch Craig live. Obviously, I've seen some stuff over on the other side, but I'll tell you one thing I really do like is this jam up top that he's wearing.
Yeah, it looks good,
pretty
doesn't
slick.
It? Yeah.
I love the Ultimate Pool USA logo right there, and the color's so good. Jam up's really gone above and beyond with our event jerseys and stuff like that. So
every other person you bump into in the venue is wearing a Arizona Open top. It's fantastic.
Well, they're just so slick.
Yeah.
I mean, they really are. We've got a guy in East Texas. He's the league operator manager in East Texas. He has all the shootout jerseys framed up in his pool hall.
Oh, that's amazing.
So I get to take back the Arizona one, and he's super excited about it because it does look so good with all the signatures on the back. And that's the other cool thing about our events is all the professional players are so very eager to interact with the fans and sign stuff if asked. it's really a fun event. There's a lot of seriousness involved on this day because it's trophy day, but the whole event overall is just, it's a spectator's dream, and it's super fun to be a part of.
Why are you mentioning that? Craig's just run into a little bit of trouble here. This is thin. The 9 remains a semi-problem, not really a problem. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. If he gets the cushion and then holds on the rail, you know, cushion first into the 3, he's then in real trouble. But that's fine. He can control it onto the 9 here.
Yeah, the 9 ball. He's going to have a pocket. The only thing he's got to worry about is where his cue ball is going to end up.
That just shows you how reactive this table is. You barely touch that and it's come back.
I think he's trying to work out cutting the 9, running into the 4, and the backspin bumping the 5. That's a lot to ask on a short shot like this.
Oh, he missed. He kind of went so much thinner off it than I was expecting him to, but he's controlled it well.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot thinner. I don't think he ever hit the 5.
Simple enough. 8 ball to run out the rack via that shop.
Perfect. So you got to sign up online. So if you're interested, if you're in the area, I think you said we're filling up pretty fast. So might be better to check in now than later.
Yeah, maybe 2 months away, but it's going to fill up quickly.
And that's for all the events, the juniors, the women's. Obviously, we'll have the invitational shootout, but
yeah, there'll be 2 shootouts. We'll have the mix. We'll have the shootout itself, and but we'll have the three opens, which lead to the second chance opens as well. So you get a lot of bang for your buck when you're playing our Ultimate Pool events.
I love the group play. I think it is a 100% evolution of what we were doing, and it's made it so much more enjoyable. Players stick around longer. They're here. They're having fun. It's great. Joe Prince is having a little fun too because he feels like this run out is fairly simple. Maybe overrolled this one.
Yeah, or I actually think maybe he has overrolled it, but if he'd got an extra roll, it would have been fine. If he goes past the straight on the 10, then he's actually okay. Everything then connects together. So now he's going to have to just rework this a touch.
He's playing. So
he pinched it a lot.
Yeah, he played to the point so he could get the draw back.
Now for me, you take the ball to the corner now, then go side, then corner.
Yeah, so 12 up top, and then you shoot the 11 in the side. The 14 follows the 8 ball sitting right there. Just needs. This is the important shot. Is the shape. Don't want to overdo it or underdo it. I think he's come out okay. It looks tight, but I think it goes.
I think I can see him sliding behind the 3 here if it doesn't go well.
You need to stun this ball. And, oh, yep.
He's okay. It's okay. He's got a touch there. He's got a real touch.
That's about the only way he could have slid behind that 3 ball the way you were talking about and still come out okay. We're looking at back-to-back-to-back breaking runs. And the level of play is very high in this finals.
Future events right now, it's all about this final match, race to 8. And Craig Waddingham has the break in rack 4. Looking to continue the run of break and runs to start the match. Has the opportunity.
That 15 ball was looking a little dicey, but it looks good now.
Yeah, he's okay. The opening shot's the tricky one. My first thought was he's going to want to take these stripes. He doesn't have an opener, but the solids are just as good. But he has a tricky opener on solids.
Yeah, I definitely like the solids here, and I like the 1 in the side over the 4. You can see both.
Well, I like the 4 simply because the 4 becomes a problem ball if you don't take it now, and I think it may be a marginally easier shot.
Yeah, you're actually right on that for sure. This is why you're in here, Simon. So get rid of the problem first, and he makes it.
Now, does the 3 pass cleanly? If it does, this is plain sailing.
I think even if it doesn't, and Joe knows that, he's going to pop it out right here. I'm sorry, Craig.
I'm sure Joe's invested in this finish as well.
Yeah.
It's a nice shot. And now it is laid out very nicely.
He's a little straight on this. Can he pop forward, or does he have to kind of...
Well, even if he's got a drawback, if he gets to the centre of the table, it's good, because he doesn't want to be anywhere near straight. He wants angle.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Because assuming he's playing on the 1, he wants to get fairly straight in on the 1. No future for being short.
Yeah, this angle really gives a good opportunity to get back to the 1 ball pretty straight.
Yeah, it gets there as well. That's very nice.
You like just rolling up to punch out?
Yeah, roll past the straight. You could go either way. You could have stopped that dead and use the top rail or roll through. It's personal preference. One thing you didn't want to do was be straight. That's the only way it could really go wrong.
Well, 1-8 ball away from 4 absolutely perfect racks.
Done a good job of it and got stronger as the weekends progressed. So
Anytime you move from one discipline to the other, especially when the balls are different sizes and the equipment is slightly different, it's got to be tough. So to make the transition and make it in one weekend, it's a testament to his ability in just cue sports in general. Joe Prince with another good break. His break, I would say, across all of the 4 events that he's played, I think his break has been the most consistent.
Unconventional as well, I think. He's not, squaring up that front ball intentionally. It's a very unconventional break, but it's working.
He's almost cut breaking across the face of the head ball.
Yeah.
So I attempted it. I tried it because it looked like it worked. And I'm throwing the cue ball off the table, or I'm scratching him the bottom. So whatever control he has there, I don't know how to do it.
It's worth experimenting with if you get layouts like this. This is just wide open.
I think at one point he was attempting the 3rd ball break.
Yeah. Again, very unconventional.
But when you find something that works so well, I mean, this is literally the break that he used to beat Tom Cousins twice.
Yeah. He's actually beaten him 3 times, isn't he, now? He's played Tom 4 times with Ultimate Pool USA, and he has 3 victories.
Yeah, lost to him in the shootout in Louisville. And Tom went on to win that event. Simon, not a lot to discuss here. It's been 5 perfect breaks, 5 perfect runouts, 5 perfect games.
Yes, I mean, very, very good standard.
And if we continued this, it would be Joe Prince winning 8-7. So he's got to feel good about that.
6-1 in the shootout with, all 7 off the break. It does happen, but in terms of trading break runs,
very difficult.
It's very rare to see them go all the way through. There's going to be a moment in this match, and this could be it. This could be the one. If the standard continues, this should be a 2-frame advantage for Joe Prince. Straight in for Craig Waddingham.
That's brutal. I feel like we read the script and knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, look at that, straight in. So first big opportunity to put in a blow here for Joe Prince and to get to the halfway mark.
Everything's kind of spread out. All the stripes are within, there's not another stripe close to them, so they're very spread out. There's 2 sitting in the pocket. This is about as clean of a setup as you're going to get. The only real question is, do you get good on the 13 to go to the 8? And it's not super difficult. You want to be straight on the 9 ball so you don't have any angle going into the 2 ball, or at least the angle the other way, just like this. I think I like just rolling this ball in and staying close to the bottom rail.
He will want to get nice onto the next 2 balls just to make sure he doesn't have any issues onto the 8 ball. He shouldn't have any, but it can happen. Finish the wrong side of straight on the next one, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think you'll see Joe just drag this ball up that side rail.
Got to get far enough up. Gone.
Such a good shot.
Yeah, gone far enough up that makes sure he gets to the straight, or if not, just past. He couldn't go too far past because then you got a problem the other way round, but that was played beautifully and should have no issues getting onto the 8 ball now.
It can be tough to ride up that rail like that with control, especially on this table.
You're crossing the line with a very small margin of error, which is why it was kind of such a good shot.
Yeah, the first mistake in this match took us 6 racks to get there. You gotta wish, if you're Craig, you gotta wish that something tough happens here, a scratch, an empty break, something weird. He changed his break. He did not go across the face there, which confuses me because
it's been going so well.
He's had success.
Yeah.
I believe the referee's going to let him know that the 8 ball is touching. It's not going to really matter here. Looks like he's going to play the solid. Good control.
And another layout, isn't it, that he really should get?
Yeah, I think so. I think the real big question there was, could he work around what was in that corner, and he's already done that. He's taken the tough part out.
Left that short, though.
Yeah, I think luckily with the 3 ball where it is, that 3 ball is kind of a, if I get out of position, I can see it from just about anywhere.
Still tries to hold on the 1. He's done a decent job of that.
What do you like here? You like just rolling forward for the 7, or coming back?
He wanted to be past this, the other side of straight on the 1, so he could drift down, and then 7 would have made sense. But he's the wrong side here, so it'd be interesting to see how he plays it.
He almost ended up on the 50-yard line there. One less turn, he would have been in a weird predicament.
I actually think I like playing for the 7. You mentioned it. But he decided to come across the table and play for the 3. But if he plays for the 7, the gap was massive, and you're guaranteed to give yourself the right angle to make it really, really simple. Because he's still working here. He's still not back in perfect shape.
Well, and this has gotten a little tricky here because of where the 7 ball lies and what's over near where the cue ball is going to end up. Because he's going to have to go to the side rail.
As long as he's missing the stripe, he's fine.
Yeah,
and it's just pace control, and I think he is.
Splitting the gap there is always a little scary.
Yeah, just avoids it and no problems whatsoever. So Joe Prince is going to get over the line in this rack. Make it a 3-frame game.
And I wish I had my stats up. I'm wondering, in the previous finals, did Joe ever have the lead like this? A 3-game or 2-game lead?
Thinking about that 5 mark a few times. You know, he wants to get off it quickly is what I'm thinking.
You know, you don't want to wallow in what's happened in the past, but I can understand how things go in this situation because Joe's been in this situation so many times, it's almost like it's bound to happen. Not the easiest of opening shots, but he got there. I think he needs to figure out this 15 ball pretty quickly because I don't like it in the side pocket. It's very thin. I'm not sure what he likes.
Yeah, this is where you have to kind of figure it out at this point.
Is he looking for a bump?
Well,
oh, and he got it.
Yeah. I'm assuming he wasn't playing a bump, but unless he felt if he got the full ball contact, he's going to just bump it over the side. But
you got to feel like you got a little fortunate there, but I think that's just kind of the good rolls happening. You can never have enough good rolls.
The way he played it, though, that chances of a bad roll were slim.
I'm not in love with this. He wants to be on the right side of the 10-ball angle to shoot in the pocket. You don't want to be on the left because you don't want to move the 8-ball. So he's going to have to try and hold this ball.
I think he's going to have to move the 8-ball here.
Yeah, and he is just off straight. If he stopped this ball, I think he would end up right on top of the 8. So
it's actually horrible.
Spot.
It's horrible because if he's a turn to the right, he's perfect. He can hold it. If he's a turn to the left, he'll play into the 8 and probably feel pretty confident with it. But he's right in between where it's just off straight, where he'd have to really force it, but he can't hold it.
And a lot of times when you have to really force that, especially on a table that you get the bobble, and we do have the bobble on this table. You hit it with speed, it's not guaranteed to go.
Kills it in. That is a fabulous shot. That's so much better than it looks.
And yeah, that was the precision needed and the speed control. That's insane.
He'll be telling himself that. Doesn't matter what Craig does on his break. If I keep dealing with mine, I win the title.
And clearly he's been chasing it for a couple months now.
Back to the out-and-out cut break. That's he's chopping and changing out there with the break, isn't he?
I don't understand why he changed his break. He was going across the face. He was making balls. He was putting himself in a spot to win this match with his break. It's been absolutely brilliant all weekend long. And I'm not sure what made him change it. But this is a big moment in this match. This is a huge moment. And you got to worry about the mental state of Joe right now, being up 5-2, and now you're up 5-3, and you're looking at Craig getting to 5-4, and that number is just going to eat Joe alive if he sits over there and thinks about it. It's a tough one.
I'm surprised he doesn't get rid of the ball in the side. The only reason I'm saying that is that the 8 goes from low pretty much anywhere. Now he has to get himself back up and
straight.
Yeah, straight's perfect, or leave loads of angle and then pace control off the top rail. And it's now hard to get straight. But if he gets rid of, it's the 12 there, isn't it? If he gets rid of the 12, then all of a sudden, playing on the 8 from where he is right now is fine.
Well, and when you throw in the bridge, it's going to make it infinitely more hard. The bridge here is it's actually a little shorter than what I'd be used to.
Craig's got a good snooker background, so he'll be very comfortable with the bridge. Very, very comfortable.
If you ever want a lesson in how to hold the bridge and how to cue with a bridge, just watch what he just did right there. So a lot of American players don't really know how to use the bridge.
It's so rare you need it, especially playing bar box ball.
Yeah. Yeah, he was showing me pictures of it. We went to go eat the other night, and then he was showing me pictures, and I think he's really fallen in love with coming over here and playing these events. Obviously, I think he's part of your pro series. He just turned to the pro level, but does well in these events. And Craig Waddingham with a big break, looking to do the same.
Yeah, this could be 5-5 in a matter of moments.
And that's a scary thought.
It looks like he wants to go solids here. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, beautiful opening shot. Just the 2-ball, just a little funny for me.
Yeah, what do you like for the 2-ball?
Well, I thought he was going to try and get further across and then play the 7 and get to the left-hand rail and then play it to the corner. But it depends how comfortable he is into the side. It's difficult to tell from our camera angles whether that's a comfortable shot or not. And he's a little bit short
have
here.
to be now.
Yeah, he's a little short there. I think it might be slightly awkward cueing. Is he just far enough so that the 9's not an issue? If it gets an extra turn, you feel more positive about what he's got. Yeah, the 9 is just an issue.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to run towards the 12 ball.
Yeah, that's a big mistake. The first
is he going to get lucky?
No, the first big mistake in the match. Scratching is one thing on the break, but that's a big error.
That's the first missed ball, and we're 10 racks in. Yeah, that one's going to eat him up a little bit.
So Joe does get his chance to get to 6, which will, well, for everything we've just talked about, will be a big moment for him.
Yeah, I said it in the beginning. I don't have a favorite in the match, but I think if he gets to 6, I think he takes the title down. And it's definitely going to be in his grasp. Well, this is not good. The breakout's there, obviously, but it's an extra issue that you didn't have to deal with if you hit that a little softer.
Yeah, it should be fine, though, because he can go up the table now, leave the angle, play the breakout, which is a delicate, shot. It doesn't need much to move it where you want to, and you're guaranteed to stay on the 9 when you do that. So fully expect him to still get out here. Although maybe he felt he had too much angle. I thought he could just play that one in and...
I'm in full agreement.
Yeah,
I thought he could just roll up.
I know it was turning to the left, but I thought if you just roll that in, get on the 11, play the breakout, stay on the 9, he's in a little bit of trouble here. But
now he's looking at a really funky...
He might play safe.
Combination, yeah. You think he'll just try and play the 15 forward and roll behind the 9?
No, I think he's still going.
Can you see the 9 ball?
Yeah. And that's no good.
Okay, well, actually...
Well, no, it's okay.
I think this is good because you can see the 11 in the side
it's
pocket.
Just thin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's thin, but the angle that he's going to be coming off at, if you just slide the ball in, I think it helps with getting from the 13 to the 15. At first glance, it did look a little funny, but...
Has he got too much angle? Or no, he's okay.
I think he's going to work out. Just roll forward. He can be anywhere around that second diamond or lower and be fine. The 8 ball is pretty much an afterthought at this point. You don't want to get past the straight line. It's not going to be an issue, though.
Yeah, not far enough past to worry. He's going to open up that 2-frame advantage again. And he would have sat in his chair and saw the layout that Craig Waddingham had and thought, okay, we're 5-5 here. And I know what happened last time I was in those 3 finals. I finished on 5. And that's gone. He's got to 6. Big error from Craig Waddingham.
I think he needs to go back to that across the face break, but he's not going to. He's cut breaking again.
Makes the ball, gets an opportunity, and it's not bad. First shot is key.
Yeah, the solids, yeah.
Yeah, I can't see him going. Stripes.
He has no opening shot for the stripes for one.
I think you'd want to take on anyway.
Do you take the 1 ball first, or do you take the 6 in the side?
Well, I was assuming he'd take the 6 in the side, and then if he just lands, you know, and it is just dropping in. If he lands on the next ball, then he's got a chance, but it's a really fiddly shot.
Obviously, being close to the rail, I like the 1 ball first because I feel like you can get a better angle on the 6. I think he's a little high here. He came out okay.
That's good. I mean, straighter would have been better. He might be going into the 5. Difficult to say without being right behind it. And if he was going into the 5, it might not come out well.
Yeah, bumping into the 11 there was a little scary. Managed to make it past that shot, but...
Okay, no damage done by going into the 5.
Yeah, this isn't bad. I mean, he can really... In a sense, he can just stop this ball, play the 7 in the side. Doesn't have to do anything too wild. You'll probably see him draw back just a little bit. Joe's pretty good at these precision touch shots. Won't be able to call him Joe Prince II anymore if he manages to get through this rack and win just one more. And it looks pretty good for Joe.
Yeah, he's in absolutely perfect shape here.
What do you like for the 8 ball? You like shooting the 1 here, playing the 4, and just coming down table?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he's just looked at. I thought he would just try and get underneath the 8 and take it up the table. I didn't see him. No, he hasn't bumped into it. I thought he might be trying to bump into it the way he played that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize this. The match clock just went off, so we are at a 15-second shot clock now.
There's no way Joe was trying to bump there. He was absolutely just trying to slide by, and he's done well, and he's going to just get above it now and take it down the table nice and simple. Very nice shot, very nice layout and pattern that he's just picked out.
And here it is, Joe Prince finally, after what, 7 months, 8 months, is on the hill in a final.
But depends when he gets to the table. If Craig runs this and it takes 2 minutes, that'd be 7:22. You know, you've got to keep an eye on it, but I don't think the clock's a factor right now.
Yeah.
Other than the 15 seconds a shot, of course.
Uh-oh.
And well, this is where Joe just needs to step in and find his route, find his pattern and win the match. These solids look good.
And I can tell you, for anybody that's been following Ultimate Pool USA, we have, I don't know what the word is, followers that tend to come with us with every tournament that we do.
Yeah.
There's quite a few here, and there's a lot of people familiar with Joe. I have a feeling that if Joe can get out here, this building might erupt a little bit.
That's a little short. Well, unless he's coming down the table, isn't he?
Yeah, I think
he must have been playing for that because he wouldn't be that far short. I actually thought there was an argument for taking the 4 first ball, dealing 4-3. He had the natural angle to go from 4 to 3. Then he had 2 or 3 options up the table.
Yeah, that was my first thought as well.
Yeah, and then it's so much easier just to clean them up at the top of the table and play on the 8. But It's nothing that's a major problem. He's going to deal with a 3 now. Oh, don't hook yourself. That's okay. He still gets to the centre of the cue ball, doesn't really need to do too much with it.
Yeah, Joe Prince is going to need a new nickname here in just a few minutes. Play this shot and just play it good. You don't have to be perfect, just play it good. And you're going to set yourself up to win the finals.
Has he just come too far? This is thin now. Can you really
I
kill
think
it in?
he can kill it off the rail. As good as he's hitting it and with so much finesse, I think he's going to kill it off the rail and leave himself straight in.
I think he just had a quick look down the table.
I'm not really in love with that, but it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter.
Well, this 8 ball for the title. Fourth time of asking, and Joe Prince takes down an Ultimate Pool USA Open event. A brilliant performance from Joe, it really was. Barely put a foot wrong in the latter stages, and 4 straight finals. He finally gets his hand on the trophy. Joe Prince is the Arizona Open champion, and we'll hand him that trophy next. We've got one more thing to do here in Arizona, and it is to crown our champion. Another brilliant tournament. So many good players here this weekend, and it came down to 2 great players in the final. But just coming up short on this occasion, it's Craig Waddingham. Let's get him up for a few words. Craig, hard luck. A brilliant first tournament with Ultimate Pool USA, and it actually came down to a really high quality final, and just that one mistake in rack 10 that cost you.
Yeah, Joe was faultless. He didn't make a mistake, and his break worked. And yeah, I think I had one mistake and one in off and a dry break, and that was it. No, Joe played faultless, deserved to win.
Overall, though, I mean, I know you would have wanted to win the title, but you know, first time coming over here and playing with Ultimate Pool USA, you must be pleased with the way that you kind of got stronger and stronger as the weekend went on.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel like I was getting used to the balls and the conditions as longer the day went. And but no, fair play to Joe. He played faultless and fully deserved the win.
Has it given you plenty of thought of maybe coming back and giving this another go?
I'd like to. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's a lovely game. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed the place, and I'd like to come back again. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'd love to have you back. So congratulations on a great run through to the final. We'll look forward to seeing you again. Our runner-up, Craig Waddingham. Well, it's taken 4 finals. It's an unbelievable run, 4 straight finals, and Joe Prince has finally got his hands on the trophy. Before we give him that trophy, though, let's get him up for a few words. To our champion, Joe Prince. I mean, Joe, I don't really know where to start with this one, because I know how hard you've worked on this and how much it will mean. I mean, 4 straight finals is an unbelievable achievement, but coming into this final, I mean, that has to be in your mind thinking, like, you don't want to make it 4 straight losses in finals.
Oh, of course. I feel like I kind of would have put a bit of pressure on myself, but I played so well leading up to that final, like our 2 previous matches. I just felt really comfortable. And I think a lot of that's got to come down to the fact that I've now got my own bar box table in my club. So I've been able to practice on it a little bit leading up to the event, which it's paid dividends clearly. So I'm really grateful for my sponsor for being able to get a table in for me. But yeah, I finally won one.
You have finally won one. I mean, it really is an incredible achievement. We actually thought on commentary that you might actually start celebrating when you got to 6, because obviously the previous 3 finals being 8-5, but you resisted the temptation and you never put a foot wrong in that final. Even Craig came back at you strong, and didn't quite get back to 5-5, and you just pulled away again.
Yeah, I mean, the only mistake, if you can call it, I made was I potted the white at 5-3 up off the break. I didn't miss a single ball. I think Craig's only missed 1 ball there. I think that's quite possibly the highest standard final that I've ever been involved in. So fair play to Craig there. He's played really well, and against most people, he would win that match.
Yeah, well said. I mean, absolutely. The quality of that final, I mean, it was an absolute treat to watch, and you were absolutely fabulous in it. I mean, how much hard work and effort have you put into? Obviously, it's a big sacrifice coming over to America and playing in all these tournaments, having to be away from your family, and you just, you kept doing it. You kept putting yourself out there, and you've delivered another brilliant tournament. You finally got your hands on a trophy.
Yeah, well, like you said, it's finally happened. I've finally won an event, and hopefully I can kick on from here, and hopefully just start making this more of a regular thing.
Well, being in the final has been very regular for you, but I absolutely think it's about time. You've waited long enough. Let's get our Ultimate Pool USA President, Jordan Shafouche, out to give you the trophy. Your champion, Joe Prince. It really has been another incredible weekend here in Arizona. Every single time we're here with Ultimate Pool USA, it is so much fun, so much high quality pool, and we will be doing all again. If you haven't heard, we will be in Des Moines in a couple of months' time, 18th to 20th of April. Entries are available on the Ultimate Pool USA shop, and we look forward to seeing you in Des Moines. See you in a couple of months.